Who are you?
I'm Celia Kreifels.
What do you do?
I'm the head football manager.
What or who encouraged you to take up football managing?
Callie Hazel was the one that got me to do it, just kind of on a whim.
Can you take us a tour of the equipment room?
Of course I can. Let's go. Let's go this way.
How long have you been managing?
I've been managing since the summer before my junior year.
Do you like managing?
I love managing. It's truly my favorite part of high school.
So what's the favorite part about what you do?
I think my favorite part is I'm a big football fan, so getting to be on the sidelines is really cool because it's a really different perspective instead of just sitting in the stands.
What's something you're most proud of non-football related?
Something I'm most proud of non-football related would probably be I actually took enough DMAC credits that I knocked my freshman year of high school out.
Wow,
Freshman year of college.
That's really impressive.
Yeah. So
What makes you angry?
when people aren't kind or take stuff without asking, that makes me angry.
Have people taken stuff without asking?
Yes, all the time.
Which football coach is your biggest mentor?
I would say probably Coach Schrader and Coach Carter because I think they not only teach their players stuff about football, but they also teach them life lessons, and I think that's really important as a coach.
What's a life lesson that you've been taught by one of the coaches?
Always have a positive attitude and don't let one little thing ruin your day.
Why should people join the managing crew?
Because it's fun, and if you really like football and you're really interested in a certain part of like sports management or sports med, you get a lot of experience in that area. Plus, you get free gear, so that's pretty fun too.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Responsible, kind, and determined.
Apples or oranges?
Apples. I eat one every day.
Where do you go to feel inspired?
Google.
How do you feel about the upcoming playoff games?
I feel pretty good. I think they'll be good games.
Who do you think is an up-and-coming star for the ADM football team?
So I had to think about this one, but I have one for offense and defense. When it comes to defense, I actually think Talon Harvey is a really good upcoming linebacker, and for offense, I think Wyatt Sugar is a good upcoming offensive player.
Can you tell us about some of the things in the equipment room?
Sure. So this is our Gatorade pile. At the current moment, it's pretty messy, but the moms of fall supply us with big canisters of Gatorade and then cups. And so we try to make a canister of Gatorade for every game. And we're big like blue game day people. No white on game day. It's always blue. So we make them in these coolers. This is the helmet kit. The helmet kit and I are besties. So this is, and then there's a compartment below. It has like everything that you could ever need in it. This is our wall of helmets. Yeah, what else is in here?
Do you organize this?
I try, and then every game week it just,
Gets destroyed.
It just gets destroyed, but that's okay because it gets destroyed for a good reason. This is our tech compartment. Every piece of equipment is right there. That's the coaches. I don't really mess with that. But
are you in charge of most of the equipment that comes into this room?
For the most part, we're kind of the big part of our ops crews. We do a lot of the equipment, so the only equipment that we're really not in charge of would be the technology and like the footballs, like getting them ready for game day. That's not us.
What's a manager's point of view on the sidelines on a Friday night?
It's definitely intense, but it's a lot of fun. It kind of depends on the game. When it comes to kickoff, it's pretty intense, and it's pretty much about making sure that our players have whatever they need, whether it's water, towels, Gatorade, just different if their helmet breaks. But once it hits the fourth quarter, it gets pretty fun. If we're winning, it gets pretty fun, and it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's a privilege to get to do it.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I would say the best piece of advice that I've ever received is love everyone always and shoot for the moon. You'll at least land on a star.
I really like that. What is your most played song at the current moment?
Either Tennessee Orange or anything by Cody Johnson.
When Celia isn't managing, what is she doing?
She is probably either working on school, either like hanging out with my friends or my boyfriend, or I'm at Meadowview. I spend a lot of my time volunteering there.
What is one thing you wish you knew as a freshman in high school?
Don't be afraid to try new stuff.
Is football managing one of the things that you tried that was new?
Absolutely. So when I was a freshman, I was really into a lot of the fine arts stuff, and so I didn't think I could be a football manager. So I look at like freshman year me, and then I look at senior year me, and I'm like, holy cow, it's literally 2 different people.
So what's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years?
I do not want to still be in school.
Me neither. What is the best song on the ADM football practice playlist?
Juicy Wiggle.
Oh. What is your least favorite duty as head manager?
Probably when there's conflict or like something went wrong and we got yelled at, and we don't ever get yelled at, but like we didn't do something right and I have to deal with that because I don't like conflict. And I don't like to mess up. So that's definitely a big thing.
But what's your favorite duty as a head manager?
My favorite duty, I think, is seeing all the people that I get to work with when it comes to game day. It's just definitely fun to see all the hard work we put in, and the players, because you get to see all their practicing and just to see their hard work pay off.
Can I ask what these signs are behind you?
Yes, you are. This is more one of our managers. It's Ben Greff. We call him Goose. This is more his specialty. So these are signs that we hold up in front of our signalers. So that is Coach Thompson and Coach Gitch, and they hold them up in front so that you can't really see the signals. They also hold them up just kind of to be a distraction to the other team. They literally mean nothing. I think, where is my favorite one in here? Oh, darn, my favorite. Oh, there's Michael Scott. That one's pretty good. They're a little beat up, but yeah, so we have 3 guys that hold signs, and Goose is kind of in charge of that. So,
do you have any predictions for next season?
I think we'll be pretty good. I think they're losing some pretty good seniors, but I think that the underclassmen can step up and if they work really hard, get there.
So, will you be sad to go?
I will be very sad. I'm not ready for senior night. I will cry my eyes out tonight on Friday.
What are you doing once you graduate from ADM?
So my current plan is to go to Iowa State to major in kinesiology on a pre-med track, but I'm also getting my EMT degree. And so I'm going to work as an EMT through college and probably the first couple of years of my career. Unless I fall in love with EMT, then I'll probably go to paramedic school.
That's really cool. Which movie makes you laugh the hardest?
Napoleon Dynamite.
What's something you're tired of?
Homework. Calculus. I'm tired of calculus.
Who can cheer you up, even if it's from calculus, without a doubt?
My boyfriend.
When's your birthday?
October 5th, 2004.
What was the highlight moment of this football season?
So far, because it's not over, the highlight is probably getting sung to on my birthday and then getting to do the breakdown. That was pretty fun.
That's really cool. What's the manager dynamic with Coach Carter?
I think it's pretty good. We're pretty well respected, and he does a really good job of making sure that players respect us, and anything that we need or anything that the coaches need. It's a pretty neutral dynamic in making sure that gets done. And I think it's just really cool to see how respected we are by the coaches and as well as the players, and just how appreciated we are. It's a really good dynamic.
After a loss, what's the worst thing a manager could do?
Talk to a coach or a player or get caught standing around not doing anything.
What's your favorite game day breakfast?
I really like biscuits and gravy, which we haven't had yet. So,
what's the first thing you notice about someone when you meet them?
Their facial expression, because I have horrible RBF.
What's the best piece of advice you can give to the managers you'll be leaving behind this year?
I would say make sure you're always doing your job and don't get caught standing around.
What's a question you have that can never be answered?
Probably my sister had a good one. Does time ever end?
Ooh.
That's what we came up with.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how stressful is being a manager?
It depends on the day. If it's a home game, it's like, probably like a 7 or 6. If it's an away game, it's like an 8 or a 9, getting everyone on the bus and all the equipment. And if it's practice, it was like a 5. It's not that stressful unless something's going wrong.
What's the biggest perk of working for the football team?
Free gear.
Do you believe in second chances?
Yeah, I would say I do. Unless you're a cheater, then I don't believe in second chances.
Do you like surprises?
I do.
What has been your favorite year of high school?
Even though it's not over, I think my senior year has been my favorite year, and second would probably be my junior year.
What's the usual game day routine for you? Walk us through that.
So we get up, and if it's an away game, we dress up. If it's a home game, we wear football shirts. So I always try to pick like my favorite one. Normally Delaney and I try to match. And then we go to breakfast, which is super cool. And then we, obviously go to school and go home and stuff. And we come here, and if it's a home game, we get stuff set up for the field. If it's an away game, we try to kind of make sure everything's packed up, get some ice. And then I send the girls that ride on the freshman bus off on the freshman bus, and then Delaney and I wait for the varsity bus to leave. And then when we get there, kind of watch the freshman game. I actually help tape in the training room, so I do all the spatting and wrist taping. So I get to do all that stuff. which is really fun, and I really like it. And then we kind of make sure everything's ready to go, and then it's game time, and fingers crossed. And normally we're celebrating a win, and I hope we continue to do that. So
You mentioned helping with spatting and the trainer. How did you learn how to do that?
So I got started with it. Our old trainer, Emily Cahill, taught me how to do it, kind of like explained it to me. And then when our new trainer came, I offered to help her because we had so many guys that were getting spatted. And there's only one of her, and there's about 18 of them. So I took a class over at DMAC that let me learn how to do it. And then I just licensed to tape, and I started learning how to do it.
Chevy or Ford?
Ford.
Is cereal a soup?
No.
What do you normally pick? Truth or dare?
Truth.
Do you have any special superstitious rituals you do for game day?
I wear a low bun because I think if I don't, we will lose, which is not true. And then I pray every time the defense walks on the field.
Why do you pray every time the defense walks on the field?
My boyfriend plays on the defense, so.
What has been your favorite high school class?
Probably, that's a hard one.
Not
Probably
calculus.
AP World, which Mr. Perman is standing right back there. So AP World has been my favorite class.
You're the FFA president, head manager, a worship leader at your church, and a part of student council. How do you manage your time?
My calendar app and I are best friends.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Do you have anything else you can show us in the equipment room?
I don't know. This is where all of our pants and practice jerseys are kept. This is what a football looks like before a game. So they mud the ball to help with grip, and so all our gear. These are our mouth guards. That's pretty exciting. I think Delaney and I hand out about 9 of these every practice or game day. No, I really don't think there's anything else that's cool in here.
Well, I'm sure the ADM football program has been very lucky to have you.
Well, thank you.